And that is the main gear. One of the best in the business. Effortless. You feel nothing in the handle. Buttery smooth. And I'll clip the mic to it just so you guys can get a true sense of what I feel when I'm cranking this reel. Hey Daiwa, could you make this in all the sizes, please? Gentlemen, ladies, and any order between, I welcome you all, and today we're going to get up close and personal with Daiwa's new Saltist Back Bay LT 4000 MD/C. Now, before we get started, a few months back I went over the 3000 size. The 4000 is the latest in their Back Bay line of reels. And I'll be honest with you, when I first heard this reel was coming out, I inquired about some of the specs, and it looked good. It looked promising for somebody like me who wants pretty good capacity, 30-pound braid, throw-in, plug-in for stripers, bluefish, in the Back Bays. It's a perfect reel, 13, 14 ounces, which is what a lot of people were going after when they were using the 4000 size Daiwa BG. Now, if you're not familiar with Daiwa's new LT lineup, their light and tough lineup, their sizing is different than their standard line of reels, and it's now more in line with what you may find in like a Shimano kind of sizing in terms of frame size, spool size, capacity, and weight, although the capacities are a little off. Now, I don't want to keep on yammering. I'm going to crack the box, but I was a little disappointed to see that the capacity of this reel, I'm going to just show right here, they're listing J-braid capacity 150 yards of 30-pound braid. Now, if I'm plugging Back Bays, if you're plugging for striped bass, you're throwing a Super Strike little neck sinking popper, all right, 2.5 ounce, 2 5/8 ounce. You can easily cast the thing 100 yards. No problems at all whatsoever. Unfortunately, this isn't the reel for that. This is another kind of a finesse reel. They went with I guess this would be the 3000 size frame, because if you look, it's a much smaller reel than what you would get in the Daiwa BG. It's not this frame class. So I wanted to start this video off going over specifically that, letting you guys know that if you're looking for a reel that's going to hold that 250, 300 yards of 30-pound braid like you would expect out of the BG, the black and blue Saltist, you're not going to get that with this reel, plain and simple. What you are going to get is a reel that, if it's anything like what you got out of the 3000 size, let me just get this handle on. Sometimes this handle's a little bit finicky. They don't like grabbing. You don't want to do any damage. There we go. If it's anything like the 3000, it's going to be almost Exist smooth, Certate smooth, Stella smooth, almost. And brilliant. Absolutely effortless. You feel nothing in the handle. Buttery smooth. And I'll clip the mic to it just so you guys can get a true sense of what I feel when I'm cranking this reel. You hear a little audible tick at the top and bottom of the oscillation cycle. 99.9% of the reels out there that have a locomotion oscillation system, you're going to feel that sensation. Brilliant. It's one of those things that the way Daiwa does their gearing, you just can't beat it. This new forged machined aluminum main gear setup that they're using in this reel and throughout the other reels throughout their lineups, the ballistics, the Tatulas, the Certates, and then you go up to the Saltigas and so on and so forth. They're spectacular. I mean, whether I get my hands on a Daiwa Theory or anything that uses that machined gearing, the forged aluminum machine gearing is just buttery smooth. If you like blacked out reels, they got you covered. Now, a lot of guys have been asking me about the Saltist Nero, and this reel is not that. The Saltist Nero, as far as I can tell, is the same reel as the black and blue Saltist, only all black, and maybe with the standard Daiwa BG ball bearings. This reel is going to give you, in comparison to the Daiwa BG, that machined aluminum main gear. That's what you're going after with this reel. And you're going to get kind of a more efficiently designed spool, so you're not having to put on 250 yards of braid that you're never going to see the light of day with. So it's with that being said, let's go ahead and do a quick teardown. Why not? We got it sitting in front of us. You have a little rubber gasket that protects the side plate from water intrusion and salt intrusion and sand intrusion. We got our Daiwa duck call. Ball bearing supported spool base for those false albacore that want to destroy you. And for those of you who are, concerned, it comes equipped with a 100% vegan drag stack made from free-range carbon fiber. So we can grab our pick tool and get inside that retaining clip. That's going to allow us to lift the click plate out. And there should be a little push pin at the base of this spool support. Boom. And where'd that little pin go? Sitting right next to the, there we go. And in terms of the size of the rotor retaining nut, looks to be a 12 millimeter. And you can see it has a little rubber lip seal here. And anytime you're moving any mag sealed reel, you want to be ultra careful when you lift it off, because if you can avoid pulling that pinion, or sorry, if you can avoid pulling that anti-reverse clutch sleeve out, it's always best. And we were successful because the anti-reverse clutch sleeve is what the mag seal grips onto. This area here, that little lump in that silver plate, underneath it is a magnet. If you look right up in there, that dark oil, that's your mag seal. Very simple. We're not going to go ahead and take it out. If you want to see, I have tons of videos out there where I've messed with it and all that kind of stuff. Not going to do it with this reel today. Lots of Loctite on that screw. Aluminum side plate, aluminum frame. For you guys that like all metal, this reel has it, except for the rotor, which is graphite, which is perfectly fine in a reel this size, because you will save quite a bit of weight on the output side of the gear train, which in turn gives you that effortless startup when you start turning the handle. If you had a heavy rotor, you would feel that unsprung weight as you start turning the handle. And it looks like all screws are the same size. And the Rash Guard, which can be found on the Daiwa BG, the Saltist Nero, the Saltist Black and Blue, and the Back Bay. And we're greeted to one more screw, which we're going to go after with the size 00. Usually that one comes out with the 00. Lots of Loctite on that one. And one more step to get to that beautiful main gear, and that is to go Got a little bit of oil on my hands. Let's see if I can grab a paper towel so I can grip that side plate nut. And you might see my hat blocking the view because I got to see where this clip is. Okay. Sometimes that one's a little tricky. And you never want to leave this just hanging in there. You always want to remove it completely before pulling the main gear on these reels, because you don't want it to load up. Say if you pull the main gear out while it's still stuck on these threads, you run the risk of having it load up and shoot out, which, for lack of a better word, sucks. And can we get the main gear out without pulling the pinion? Now our goal here is to see if we can get that clutch sleeve to come out with that plate. And you can see from the back side, that's your anti-reverse clutch needle bearing. Was that all of it? That's your pinion. And that is the main gear. One of the best in the business, one of the most precise, one of the smoothest gear sets that you can possibly get your hands on at this price range. And not to name names, but Shimano is second fiddle in terms of the actual smoothest of the reels out of the box, from what I've experienced with a crap ton of Daiwa reels and a crap ton of Shimano reels. If what you want out of the box is that buttery smooth sensation, I don't think there's a reel made in 2019 so far that rivals what the Saltist Back Bay brings to the table at the price point. What's the makeup at the line roller? We have a bushing there. No ball bearing in the line roller. She runs on bushings. So it's with all that being said, we're inside. We went over the details. I hope you guys enjoyed this. This is going to be a quick one. And until next time, guys, tight lines, hit that like button, and always remember, if you're a member of my Patreon back channel, you'll have access to all my videos early in rough draft form without commercials. And sometimes they run longer, sometimes there's some mistakes, sometimes you hear me cursing. It's a good time back there. And until next time, guys, tight lines, and I'll see you soon. Almost. Almost. Bingo. All done. Just gotta have some fun putting the spool back. Damn, this is whack. I like this reel in all black. You know, we forgot to take a look at the drag stack. Hang on, I'll be right back. You guys didn't think I can rap, did you? I can't. So. And you got a carbon washer down here. Carbon there. Yeah, I'm going to call it a carbon fiber drag step that is greased a lot. Why you no work? All you have to do is ask it a question. Smash it on the table. You can see it's got the little rubber lip seal. Good to go. Telling you guys, this is a beautiful reel. It really is. Hey Daiwa, could you make this in all the sizes, please, and not call it Back Bay and make it a shallow spool? Jesus, come on, man. You got a good product. You got a hit. You ain't got to give it any special names. You don't have to come out with a billion different runs of reels and confuse the market. Just drop it. It's a hot reel. Come on. Rant over. Take care, guys.